As of recording this video, it's been a few weeks since the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced. However, in this video, I'm going to tell you that there is a Zelda game for the Nintendo Switch 2 that is already out that you can buy. So which is it? Well, we're going to have to find out. However, before we start this video, there is something big that I must address. You. Yes, you, watching this video, YouTube tells me that you probably aren't subscribed, which is a big no-no. So, how do you remedy that? Well, it's very simple. Simply click on the big red subscribe button underneath this video and the notification bell just so you don't miss the next upload. I'm going to be uploading a lot more than I did last year, and of course, you don't want to miss it. Also, don't forget to hit that big thumbs up. So, let's get started, shall we? Hello guys, Real CS Gaming here, and today we are going to be talking about Zelda. Which one? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Now let's start with the basics. Zelda is one of Nintendo's two main series, with the other one being Mario. Now yes, you could class Pokemon as another main series, as it is one of the top selling games on the Switch. However, I beg to differ, as that is not technically made by Nintendo. It's made by Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, Creatures Inc., blah blah blah. A whole nother kind of worms that we're not here to get into. We're here to get into Zelda. Don't take that out of context. So, currently there are 8 mainline Zelda games on the Nintendo Switch, starting first in 2017 with the Breath of the Wild, and now in 2025 with the last release being Echoes of Wisdom. However, I am here to tell you that of the 8 games that I've just mentioned, one of them is actually a Switch 2 game in disguise. Which one is it? Well, it may come as a shock, as most people often forget this game even exists, as when you try and look up gameplay for it, hardly ever even exists, probably because the game has barely scratched over 1 million copies sold. Now, why is that? Well, a couple of reasons, but the main reason is that people often forget about it. So, before I go ahead and do the big reveal on which game it is I'm talking about, here is a list of the 8 games that are currently on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I want you to just take a moment to think about which game is that I could be talking about. Mainly that is a Switch game. No, obviously. It is a game that's not sold very well. A lot of people often forget about it. There's not many videos of it online. That's all the clues I'm going to give you. So which of these 8 games is it? Are you ready? If you guessed Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, then you would be correct. Now, why exactly is this game a Switch 2 game, and why am I making that claim? Well, to be honest, I don't know why people forget this game. It is yes, it's technically not main series, as it is the Warriors spin-off. However, it is a Zelda game, and it has Zelda characters in it, and it was sort of published by Nintendo. However, that's not the reason why we're talking about it. No, the reason why it is a Switch 2 game is because I believe this game will get a lot of attention once the Nintendo Switch 2 does release. Why is that? Well, one of the main reasons why people don't like this game is because of its shoddy frame rate. Hello, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. No, we're not talking about you. Yeah, as one of the main issues of the Nintendo Switch is that it's not that powerful. If you compare it to a PS5, it is laughable. It's honestly not that more powerful than a Wii. I mean, it has around the same stats as the Wii U, to be fair. Which is, even then, a bit more powerful than an Xbox 360 and a PS3. So, a lot of games struggle to run on it. Whenever you see a big game like Fortnite, it looks like poo, basically. Like, if someone's going to play Fortnite, they would much rather play it on a PS5 or their own gaming PC rather than a Switch, as it runs at 30 FPS, the graphics are terrible, and the character models look like poo. Now, how does that compare to Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? Well, to be honest, the character models they look really good in this game. I can't deny that. However, when it comes to the actual gameplay, when you're actually in the meat of the game, which obviously that's why you're playing the game, it's not great. The frame rate is capped at 30 FPS. However, it very often does not even fail to reach that, as it usually runs at about 25 FPS because you're hacking and slashing all of your ancient arrows and all your boomerangs. It's not great. However, one of the features of the Nintendo Switch 2, well, leaked features of the Nintendo Switch 2, is that it's going to be able to, obviously it's going to be more powerful than a Nintendo Switch, and we already know that Nintendo officially revealed that it's backwards compatible with Switch 1 games. So, we can get from that the Switch 2 is going to be able to run Switch 1 games a lot better. Now, why does this game run like poo? Well, it all comes down to what the Switch's specs, as I mentioned earlier. Now, take a look at this. So, what is this? Well, this is the chart which shows the Switch's internal specs, or specifications, which basically just shows what is making this Switch run. Now, there's three main categories. There's the CPU, there's the GPU, and there's the MEM. The MEM stands for memory. The CPU is the central processing unit, what basically just powers the entire system. The GPU is obviously what powers the graphics, making everything look sparkly. And the MEM is how much memory it can hold. If it didn't have memory, then it wouldn't even run in the first place, as it wouldn't be able to store anything. Now, what most people don't know is that Nintendo really keeps their cards close to their chest when it comes to this system, and they really limit some parts of the console. Probably due to they don't want things exploding, they don't want lawsuits and stuff if they increased it. So the official CPU's specs is 120 megahertz, which is not great, to be honest. However, the Switch is actually capable of holding up to 1,785 megahertz. Now, I hear you saying, why doesn't Nintendo just do that? And, well, it's probably because if they did, that would put a lot more strain on the console, and it would run the risk of exploding, stuff like that, so they just try to keep it safe. However, in the case of Age of Calamity, the CPU is what makes it tick. And so, if we use totally legitimate methods to force our console to have a higher CPU, well, how does that affect the game? I want to make it clear that my console is not... I have not done anything to the internal hardware Nintendo. This is all from... I have a day one Switch. If you know how that works, you know how that works. I won't get into it for legal reasons. But anyway, what happens if we force our Switch to use more of that power to force its CPU? Well, let's take a look. Now, if you're just watching a recording and you weren't seeing a comparison, you wouldn't really see the difference. I mean, obviously, yeah, the game's still running, it's running fine. However, if you take a closer look, and I put these two clips side by side, yeah, you really see that difference. Obviously, when my Switch is running at a higher CPU frame rate, the frame rate does increase, and we get closer to that official 30 frames per second that Nintendo was aiming for when they were making this game. And obviously, what I think is going to happen is that if you boot this game up on a Switch 2, this is going to be close to how it's going to run. Obviously, the graphics might look a tad bit better because it's more HD and everything like that, but with the frame rate, it is going to look like this. And this is why I believe more people are going to be talking and playing this game on the Nintendo Switch 2, because there are a lot of people who, when they look at a game, they say, oh, like, that frame rate's terrible, nah, I'm not buying it now. However, if they see a game that is on half price because it's been out a while, and it runs a lot better than it originally did, people are gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna give that a chance. Now, I think this is going to happen for a wide variety of Switch games, not just Zelda. Yes, it's going to affect Breath of the Wild. Yes, it's going to affect Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, it's going to affect Echoes of Wisdom. It's going to make the entire Zelda cast of games run better. You're going to really notice it, but I think most people are going to notice it most with this game. Now, I'm going to continue showing footage of the game in the background, just so you can see how much better it runs. And I hope that more people pick up this game and give it a chance on the Nintendo Switch 2, as it really does deserve its time to shine. It's a good game at heart, it was just suffering because of Nintendo's close... well, not really close, it's more Nintendo being safe. Nintendo playing it safe. I mean, I guess you could say that just making a second Switch is playing it safe, but we'll leave that for another video. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed my technical explanation. Yes, I know it went a bit more in depth than you were probably hoping, but there we go. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!